Hi everyone, we are back, and today we are listening to Arooj Aftab. If I don't know if you know, Arooj Aftab appeared on Coke Studio Pakistan season 14. The track was called
Madam.
Mera. Mera, yes. But today we are listening to Arooj Aftab's own rendition of Mohabbat Karne Wale.
Hmm.
This has been sung multiple times as a ghazal
Hmm.
as well. As far as I remember, by Mehdi Hassan and
Correct.
Farida Khanam. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, this has been sung multiple times. Although this rendition is super modern with modern instruments and sung in a different composition,
Hmm.
slightly different melody.
Hmm.
So we listen to it and then we talk about it.
Yeah. Let's get
All right,
started.
let's do it. Three, two, one, play.
मोहब्बत करने वाले कम ना होंगे मोहब्बत करने वाले कम ना होंगे
They're using the percussions, the clay pot, I think.
Hmm.
तेरी महफिल में लेकिन हम ना होंगे
The guitar work is just beautiful.
ज़माने भर के गम या एक तेरा गम ज़माने भर के गम या एक तेरा गम ये गम होगा तो कितने गम ना होंगे तेरी महफिल में लेकिन हम ना होंगे
Hmm.
Most beautiful part of the song for me.
Yeah.
Instrumental version of this would be ahead as well. For me at least. I would consume it. At
Yeah.
least.
It's really beautiful. Is this flute?
It's Flugelhorn.
Flugelhorn, yeah.
The percussions are just killing it in this track. Harp.
अगर तू इत्तेफाकन मिल भी जाए
Her voice, her lower notes are just amazing.
अगर तू इत्तेफाकन मिल भी जाए तेरी फुरकत के सदमे कम ना होंगे तेरी महफिल में लेकिन हम ना होंगे मोहब्बत करने वाले कम ना होंगे मोहब्बत करने वाले कम ना होंगे तेरी महफिल में हम ना होंगे
Trance inducing,
Yeah.
right? It's very, very trance inducing. Oh,
You know me, I have been a fan for quite some time.
we all are, aren't we?
Ah,
We all are. Yeah, so when you heard it for the first time, what were your thoughts? For the very first
so,
time.
I'll be honest, I when I heard it the first time, because I have a personal bias towards the rendition that was done by Maeve. And why I used to like, or even now I like that particular version, is that it's purely the genius of Mediason, the way he has sung it, because it's at that time there weren't many instruments, not that hi-fi kind of mixing or anything, and he was singing it just with harmonium and tabla. Those were the two instruments, and that rendition, his the way he sung that was just so beautiful. So I when I heard it for the first time, it did not click to me. And honestly speaking, Arooj Aftab, I have been a very huge fan of Arooj Aftab. I have been listening to her since 2007 or 2008 when she wasn't even known back then. And I appreciate her singing style. But as listened to this particular track over and over again, it grew over me. And the reason is that, okay, instruments, arrangements, and everything apart, I just simply cannot stop focusing on the way Arooj Aftab sings. Her voice just it's like it's filtered out, and everything that I can hear of is just her voice for some reason whenever she sings, because she sings so beautifully. If we talk about the ghazal renditions, so from the current lot, I think from male singers, it hands down Ali Sethi is probably one of the best who comes to your mind, who can narrate the ghazal beautifully. But now I can say that she has done amazing job, and she's the one who can basically carry on that legacy to even sing ghazal as well, because of her vocal quality, the vocal prowess that she has. She can captivate you with just her vocals. She doesn't need any instrument. She can simply just blow your mind. And this rendition, now I personally love it a lot. I simply love it. I listen to it very often when I need some. I wouldn't say I need peace or calm, but
You
if
don't need it. You don't need. No
but
need
yeah,
for peace.
no
Silence,
need.
calm.
Yeah, can't have it.
You're
But
past it.
anyways, those days are gone. But if I'm just remembering something so dearly, especially the days back in Pakistan as well, or any strong memory that comes to me, I always listen to this particular track. So this is my initial take on this track.
Right. By the way, apologies. I'm coughing. I will be coughing. Can't help it. This is this unrelenting bout of sickness. I'm
Yeah,
sick. Then Hamad is sick. Then I'm sick. Yeah. I hope the cycle breaks very soon. But okay,
hopefully.
coming back to this track. The first time I heard it, yes, Arooj Aftab, I think you have also sometimes shared her work. I'm not really sure because it's a long
Yes.
period of time, but this came to prominence from a piece of trivia that this was on Barack Obama's
Barack
playlist,
Obama's playlist. Yep.
right? And that's got my attention, as so many other people probably, right? The whole
Hmm.
world. And the first time I heard it, her voice captured my attention, right? The way she sang it, the natural tragedy in her voice.
Yeah.
She has this natural tragedy. It's in her voice. The way she sings, especially also in Maram,
Hmm.
right? That captured my attention. But then I am an instruments guy, right? And then yeah, I kind of filtered out her voice. I'm talking about the first few times. I filtered out her voice, and I was just captivated by the instruments.
No doubt.
Now, I mean, this track has just used guitars, the Flugelhorn, as it says,
Harp.
percussions, and harp, and
Hmm.
synthesizers, right?
Hmm.
For me, if any instrument that comes even close to our Eastern instruments, especially the subcontinental South Asian instruments, that is harp. In terms
Hmm.
of how much peaceful, how much soothing it is,
Yeah.
just listening to it, it gives you immense peace of mind. And this track, I mean, it was such a genius use of percussions harp. So let's talk
No doubt.
about the context of how it was used. In my perception, of course, right? I might be wrong,
Hmm.
but this is how I perceive it. She says, "मोहब्बत करने वाले कम ना होंगे, तेरी महफिल में लेकिन हम ना होंगे." Right? So
Hmm.
she's talking about an ex,
Hmm.
right? A past romantic interest, uh, from which she has moved on,
Yeah.
right? So she's just remembering, she has moved on from that relationship, and the instruments, the arrangement sounded like she has finally found peace,
Hmm.
She has
Okay.
finally found peace, and this is where the percussions and the harp comes in. You know, this soothing, peaceful harp, this beautiful percussion. So for me, the song, this whole track is lifted mostly by Arooj Aftab's voice, of course, her singing, her
Hmm.
vocals, but also percussions. The beautiful, one of the most beautiful use of percussions. The very thumping, the even the use of clay pots. You know,
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
mixing is such that it doesn't come across very skinny. That you
Hmm.
have a skin on percussions. It comes
Hmm.
off very bassy, very thumpy.
Hmm.
There is this chankar, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably I don't know which instrument they use for that, but then you have in between harps and very peaceful melody on guitars, right? Acoustics.
Hmm. Hmm.
For me, it sounded like she has finally found peace and she's just floating in that peace.
Hmm.
And yeah, that captured my attention. This is what I loved. And again, I keep saying in a lot of tracks that I would want an instrumental version of it, not because I don't like the vocals, but the
Hmm.
instrumental version of it would have been exceptionally beautiful as well, especially for this track.
Hmm.
Now, coming back to her vocals again, I think the way she has sung it, she has a tiny bit of melancholy, right? She is
Hmm.
reminiscing about that person, and she's just, you know, she's wishing her him best probably. मोहब्बत करने वाले कम ना होंगे, लेकिन तेरी
Hmm.
तेरी महफिल में हम ना होंगे. You know, you would find someone else. I have moved on. Um, the vocals did have some melancholy, but the arrangement made it really peaceful. That you know what, I've moved on. I
Hmm.
do have a tiny corner in my heart for that particular emotion, but that's just that. So overall, I thought that how it was arranged and how it was executed was brilliant.
Yeah. I completely agree with the percussions, especially. They were just brilliant. I had slightly different take on the message. I personally think that could be wrong as well. That she is still grieving about it. She hasn't moved on. That's how I think it. And why I think that she's still remembering about her, that's just my personal opinion again. But Arooj Aftab is known to exude pain through her
Mm,
voice.
yeah, yeah,
So if you have listened to Mehram as well, or even watched her behind the scene videos, she knows her strength. She said that I
yeah, yeah.
can take
I
this
can
song and
make,
I can make people cry. I can
yeah.
make people cry. And she did. In Meram, absolutely, she was brilliant there. And I think she chooses the songs that are about longing. One of my favorite tracks of her is Bolona. I think I shared it with you before. And for that reason, I think the reason of why she chose this particular song is to communicate the pain that she is having, thinking about that person. But that's again just my personal perception. You made a very good point regarding the tragic nature of her voice, and it for me personally, she is probably the best Pakistani singer when it comes to lower notes. The
Yes,
way
absolutely.
she controls, and her approach is very unconventional. She tries to drag the notes that she is singing and even does little harkat, I would say, when doing that. She extends
That's
those notes and
Western influence,
yes,
right?
yes, that's definitely Western influence. You got that completely right. But I haven't experienced that with Pakistani singers that often, and she does it brilliantly. With Urdu lyrics, it just takes it to another level.
I do believe that when she says अगर तो इत्तेफाकन मिल भी जाए
Hmm.
तेरी फुरकत के सदमे कम ना होंगे. I do believe that she cherishes that sadme.
Yes, it feels like. I mean,
She enjoys that pain,
yeah,
you know.
she is.
So yeah, she cherishes, enjoys, keeps those pains, those sadme very close.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
जमाने भर के गम ये या एक तेरा गम. ये गम होगा तो कितने गम ना होंगे,
गम ना होंगे.
right? So, but again, yeah, again, we listen to tracks and we perceive it very
Hmm.
uniquely. Every
Hmm.
person tries to perceive music from their own context, from
Hmm.
how they are living their life, what kind of emotions they are going through. If they're happy in their life at that point in
Yeah.
time, they would perceive a song completely differently. If they are going through a tragedy, they
Hmm.
would resonate it completely differently. So then I would be asking all our audiences that how do you perceive this one? How did you like
Yeah,
it?
absolutely. And another trivia, she won the Grammy for it, right?
Yeah.
So it is apparently a big deal, and she deserved it as well. The category that she was in, she deserved it every bit. So let us know your thoughts around it. This is one of the tracks that we enjoy a lot, in a very different manner, of course. But yeah, Arooj Aftab is one of our favorites, and I think whenever she drops something, we are gonna jump to it.
We haven't heard Madam together. Or we haven't listened to Madam together.
Oh yeah,
We should.
that's my all-time. That's my all-time favorite from her.
We should.
We should. We should.
All right.
All right, then let's conclude it here. Thank you so much for watching it with us and experiencing this track. Let us know how you perceive this particular track, and we will see you on the next one then. Take care. Goodbye.